Hello, this is Comrade Grant, and again, thank you for watching, everyone that does watch me. So, I'll be talking about a topic that kind of bothers me, and it's virtual reality, and something that I see a lot of forums trying to fight about, a lot of people, talking about it, and I don't see a lot of good opinions, in my opinion, about virtual reality. There's like two very, you know, drastic opinions about it. One, that VR gonna be the biggest successor of gaming and the only way to play games in the future. And there's like the other drastic opinion that VR gonna be failure, total failure, like 3D televisions and virtual boys. And I have to say, I think both of them are wrong in huge way when it comes to gaming. So I'll be talking about my opinion about the drastic opinion of success. It's gonna be the biggest thing ever. I'll give you just examples. I don't think like playing, let's say, Mario. Or I don't know. Mario is for Nintendo and don't do it, they don't help VR. But let's say Shovel Knight, playing it VR. Let's say Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Is basically just putting a screen in your face. It doesn't immerse you in the game. It doesn't give this feeling of enhancement. It doesn't give anything. You just see it closer. That's it. It's nothing. You know, I don't need a VR for those games. I don't. They do not benefit me from those games. Playing League of Legends in VR is like just again putting the screen closer to your face. You don't need it. There's nothing that benefits you with it. And so those games and those genre do not benefit from VR. Let's say even Battlefield does not benefit from VR, because when it comes to Battlefield or even Counter Strike, your head movement next to a mouse movement, there's a big difference. I mean, the mouse will be much faster, and your 360 view on your screen view is easier, and it's and mouse and keyboard gives you really fast reactions. It's give you much more faster reaction with the controllers that you need to move with VR with your head. It doesn't enhance anything there. And when it comes to the success and big money, LOL, Battlefield, Call of Duty, those are esports games. I don't know, even StarCraft, Assassin's Creed, Diablo, Civilization, Age of Empires, even those games are like the biggest game. World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, even games like Candy Crush do not benefit from VR, and this is the biggest market out there. There's no bigger market than those games. Horror games doesn't make the same money income. Need for Speed or simulator games doesn't make the same income. If they would make the same income, they will like be strapping them each year and a lot, but it doesn't happen. So even football, it doesn't you don't have fun with football playing in your VR virtual reality. Just kind of stupid. If you want to play football in virtual reality, you need to move, jump, and run. Like basically you can do it with the in real life. But let's talk about games like I don't know, tennis. It's fun. um, a little bit less when you can play tennis, but let's say golf. VR does benefit there because you need a big territory, and now you can play in golf in small territory in your room, like in a huge place, or play it on in space or on the moon. This is fun. It sounds even cool. Uh, so when it comes to success, huge success, it doesn't gonna be like the next thing, but it will have its place. It will have its place for certain genres. We have arcades that have guns and certain genres for them that are so fucking fun playing with a gun, and they're still there. Like nobody said, let's say I had a game. I don't know what game it was. I think it was two games that I used to play a lot when I came to arcade. It was like Jurassic Park shooter with the gun, and I think Resident Evil I had, or something that close like Resident Evil, and you need to shoot those, and it was really fun. And I remember there was one day my friend downloaded it. I'm really not so against downloading, and he downloaded it, and we played with the mouse, and it was so fucking boring. I mean, didn't have the same enjoyment, we didn't have the same immersion with the game. But when I think about it now, playing Jurassic Park shooter that you're in a car, you're driving, you're shooting in VR, fuck that. I'm gonna put my money for that experience and I'm gonna have enjoyment. So when it comes to success, it really, comes to a point that what it enhances for me, and it won't be this, gonna change every gaming, old gaming style, regular gaming is not going away. It's not, I mean, it's not going away at all. It's still gonna be the main thing. It's still gonna be, the most fun thing, or the biggest game will be in those genres. When it comes to games, as let's say, I think now I think I will be talking about failure and how it cannot be a failure. VR enhances horror games, story-driven games. It enhances Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, simulators game, like Havoc, playing. Just think about it. You have VR and a joystick. People buy joystick to enhance their gaming in like simulators or flight simulators. They buy wheel for Need for Speed, and they have a lot of more fun with the wheel playing Gran Turismo. And think about that, you have now VR and a wheel, let's say, it's fucking enhancement, it's good, it's fun, but it's still in the same category. It's just a platform to enhance something that you already own. So you can still, have your regular gameplay, but VR will enhances it. So VR gonna be something like a niche edition, like a joystick or a wheel, because it enhances some games, some genres. So it have its place, because the joystick have its place, and the wheel have its place, and VR gonna have its place. It will not fail, and it even gonna have a bigger place next to a joystick or a wheel. When it comes to this, because there's a lot of games like shooting games that you're used to playing in arcade, with the gun, and those games will be really good in VR. I think they will be really fun in VR, and games that when it comes to cockpit games like EVE Online that I've seen, I think it's gonna be really really fun. No Man's Sky with VR, I think gonna be really fun. Exploration games, story-driven game, horror games, those games will definitely benefit from VR. So VR will not fail at all. It have its own market, its own place, and it's just own place as a platform. And I hope everyone would try to understand that this is a platform. And I dear fucking don't like the way it's moving now when it comes to, and that people think it's a console, it's a unique console. It's not. It's using the power of a PC. It's just a platform, it's an addition, it's like a monitor for a computer. And I want it to be treated like a platform. I do not want it to be treated as a console. Just think about it. Certain game play on a certain virtual reality or a fucking different, screens. That's really bad when it comes to the industry. And we as a gamer, as people that love games and enjoy those things, and if you are like a horror gamer and you really want to have enjoyment, and you bought Oculus Rift, and let's say HTC making a special game, or Resident Evil horror game that I'm hearing now is coming out only exclusive for HTC, that's a bummer. That's a wall, and that's a wall for a platform. It's not even a console. So I hope it's gonna be broken up, because I don't like what's happening now with Oculus have its own games and HTC have its own games. This should break these walls, because it's really it makes a problem. Let's make a big problem for first adopters, and even from the health, its own health of those systems, because it's a not good competition. It's a competition that doesn't, you know, talks about who have the best technology and what game is the best. It's just basically what's the best games out there, and you're gonna be using basically the system that you have the most fun and games in it. It's a business fighting with each other, but when it comes to this, I think HTC can fuck Oculus up, because HTC already comes from Steam, and Steam is the biggest distribution of games. And if it's gonna continue, they can actually fuck Oculus in the ass by just don't sell those games. They can do it. They can put a big, huge wall for Oculus, and it's bad competition. It's just shitty competition. It's a different game for a different screen, for different platform. That's stupid. It's like this mouse have only those games, like Logitech only, League of Legends plays only with Logitech, and Dota plays only with Razer mouse. That's stupid, and I really hope it's not gonna be driven for that way. So again, success and failure, there's no both of them. It will have its place. And when it comes to is VR is here, are we in this age? Yes, we are definitely in this age. I had experience in my college because we are software engineers, so we talked about those things, and I think we need to progress as a progression comes. And we have tested, you can say tested it, HTC and Oculus, and yeah, it was interesting thing to have. Um, and I didn't close like thousands of hours in it, but I think from what I've seen and heard and read and what we've been talking about, we are definitely here. And from what I know, the software is definitely here. We are like in the age, the VR system, the sensors, the screens, everything that comes to the technology, the materials that are used for VR, we are here. It's just gonna get lower cost eventually with time, and it's really good. So first adopters, yeah, some games will be definitely better with VR, and some games will not benefit from it. So VR doesn't gonna dominate the gaming industry, and regular gaming industry still gonna be dominant and will continue to be dominant until, I don't know, some very very fun thing will be created, or maybe some addition to virtual reality that we do not expect will be. But VR is here to stay. It is the dawn of VR, and we are here playing those and fucking enjoy it. I mean, living in this kind of an age, being in this age is fun, because I couldn't believe that. No, I did believe eventually. I think this is the most exciting age ever, and the stars are our future from now on. This is exciting. This is fun. It's something that I would definitely like to have. I don't think it's a must-have thing. It does enhances some games, but it um, doesn't change the industry. It won't change the industry so far. It will enhance some games. It will be funner to play in VR in those games. So it's gonna be here. It's gonna stay. It's not gonna be such a huge success that everybody is saying. It's not gonna be a failure, because if you're comparing it to virtual reality, I think you're a stupid person, because those two technologies are so far away from each other. And yeah, so I'll be briefly now talking about price and who's the better VR in my opinion. I'll be putting them in three categories. I think one is more of a, I think HTC, HTC from Valve from are like a superior VR to when it comes to every comparison. Have a better system, have a stronger product. It's the best you can get for virtual reality. It's costly, but it feels like you get for a first adopter what you're supposed to get. VR for HTC is the best when it comes to having the best experience in VR. About games they have, Oculus I think wins with the games they have. They have a stronger opening, but fuck, those are platform games. If it's gonna continue like this, I think Oculus will kill itself when it comes to those things, because still, it's not a digital distribution, and if it comes to thinking about itself as a console, it's gonna be fucked up really fast, because HTC looks like it thinks about itself more as a platform, and I don't know why Oculus thinks about himself as a console, something. It's a phone. It's not. It's just a platform for PC. And HTC is having a really high head on there, and they're definitely a stronger player when it comes to material, software, and potentials. The price is bigger, yeah, but additional $200 and you have better experience, so what the fuck not. Oculus, it's more a sitting place. It does have better games now, and maybe in time, it's gonna be changed. But it have its own market. It's easier for first adopters to go for Oculus. It's more of a sitting game. Um, but if you're like a golf player that want to have the field, Oculus is not for you. HTC is for you. HTC is more of a movement. It's more fun at it, and can be a sittable game too, and movement game. So you have bigger addition. Oculus is basically just a sitting game. Sitting experience of VR. When it comes to media, and if you're like only interested in the media, so like a porn industry, Samsung Galaxy VR headset is basically the best for you. So you should consider what you want and what you want to enjoy more. And if you want to be a first adopter, think about what games are you playing, what are the biggest game that you want to enjoy. And if you're a horror enjoyment, if you're really thinking about it, and you like story-driven games, horror games like Eve Online, exploration game, Need for Speed simulators, VR is for you. You should be the first adopter to enjoy those games and much more. It enhances your performance. It immerses you in the game more. And I guess go for HTC. If you're more of a sitting player, you want to play like Gran Turismo, Need for Speed, just those regular games that doesn't require a lot of movement and all those fight, go for Oculus. If you're more like a media person that just want to watch videos in 360 degrees and watch porn or some games, or some story-driven action videos, go for a Galaxy VR. It's like the easiest and the most low-costly experience that you can have. And if you're a LoL game, League of Legends player, Diablo, I don't know, Guild Wars, Warcraft, Starcraft, Hearthstone, all those games, Civilization, Age of Empires, Skyrim, Heroes of Might and Magic, Shovel Knight, Mega Man, I don't know, fucking a lot of those games, Battlefield, Call of Duty. VR is basically not for you, and it's not there for those games. It doesn't enhances them. Just even Grand Theft Auto is much funner, I think, and have more fun when it comes to not VR experience. But when it comes to if I had the choice to play Alien Isolation with the screen and the mouse, or with virtual reality, Alien Isolation, story-driven horror, fucking VR wins there, and that's why I think VR will not fail. And when it comes to LoL, I think VR doesn't enhance on it, and that's why I think it won't have the change of the history. But it's here, it's gonna stay, have its own markets, it's gonna have its own fun, and just have your own choice. And when it comes to this, so that's my opinion, and I hope you get it, and I hope I explained myself good enough. So again, thank you for watching, and again, if you have something to tell, you can always comment below. I'll try to answer, but because I have such a small community, I have like 2 people now that are watching me subscribe, so I doesn't think I'm gonna have billions of watches, but I definitely gonna enjoy you thinking about it, and just commenting about it, and I'll try to respond to you. But actually a little bit busy person, because I have a lot of study in software engineering. It's not easy, and I have work, house, and all those things, and I'm like 2 a.m. at work and I need to study now. So yeah, so comment and I'll try to respond to you. And thank you again for watching. I have my appreciation for that. And this is my opinion about VR, and I hope it really helps you. And only time will prove my point of view. That's what I think about it. And if you think I'm wrong, again, you can have that comment. So thank you again. Have a fucking nice day.